Alright, good afternoon everybody. Today I'm going to make some breaded pork loin. This is some pork loin that I did back in early November. Just some chunks of it. And first thing that I do is get a bowl of some hot water. Pour these out. I want the largest chunks that I can kind of squish down into kind of like a little patty once they rehydrate a little bit. The best thing about meat, if anybody was wondering, is you don't have to worry about how much water you put meat in, because it'll only soak up what it needs. Unlike, say, vegetables and well, not all potatoes, but like potato patties, like these. If you do these hash brown patties, you got to be careful how much water you put back into these, because they'll just turn to mush and fall apart. But meats, they work wonderfully. They only take in exactly what they need, which is great, so you don't have to worry about it. Alright, I'm going to put the smaller pieces back in my jar. Use those for something else some other day. And then, while I let those rehydrate in some hot water, it only takes a few minutes. Got some farm fresh eggs here from my chickens. We're going to use this as the wet base. After this meat rehydrates, we're going to kind of smash them down a little flat. And we're going to dip them in the fresh butt nugget eggs. And then we're going to dip them in a different breading mix this time. This is seasoned breadcrumbs, cornstarch, and cornmeal. I know, it's a weird combination. I've actually never done this before. I don't think I've ever used cornstarch to bread anything with, but I was reading last night that it makes a good breading. I think. I don't know. But we'll find out. And I don't know about the cornmeal. I'm just being weird and experimenting, because why not? So, I'm bored. It's cold outside and wet and muddy, and I need something to do. So, alright, we got our breading mix set up and ready to go. And I need to get a mount for my camera to make it easier to do all this. So, I'm going to pause it for a moment, and I'm going to get to dip in some of these and get them breaded, and we'll be back in just a moment. Actually, right quickly, if you notice, here's a piece of that dried pork loin that I put in there just moments ago. Look at how nice and tender that came back. So nice. So, I'm going to put it into the egg bath. Put a little bit of egg on it. Out of the egg bath into the dry bath. No idea what this is going to taste like, but it could be pretty good. Only one way to find out is to do it. Well, I'll set that aside for frying here in a short bit. I'm going to get the rest of them done. Alrighty, that was kind of messy, but turned out pretty nicely. These look very nicely well breaded. I'm eager to give them a try. I'm not quite sure how it's going to taste, but we're going to try it. So, be right back. I'm going to get me moved over to where my stove is and the pan of oil. Alright, we're back at my makeshift stove, because I live in a very, very small area at the moment and don't have a whole lot of space. So, I like using Crisco. It's easy to store and use. That tastes good. We're gonna get some oil going here, and then we're gonna fry up my food. The only problem with Crisco though is that, it sticks until, heat up the spoon and it'll come off, but it takes a few moments to get it off the spoon and going. So, anyway, Gonna wait for this to melt a little bit here, and then we're gonna stick my interesting pork loin breaded snack in there with you know, breadcrumbs and cornmeal and cornstarch. I hope it works. Guess we'll find out here in a few minutes. So I'll be back in a moment when this melts. Alright, oil's ready. Let's get some of my breaded pork loin in here. And this won't take too long, I don't think, because the pork loin's already well cooked. So we're basically just cooking the breading, crisping that up. Being attacked by grease, it hurts. Flames up a little bit. I'm very curious how this is going to turn out. For all I know, frying with cornmeal is common, but I honestly can't remember if I've ever done it before or ever ate anything fried with cornmeal or cornstarch. Maybe my parents did it when I was smaller, but I don't remember. That was a long time ago. I don't have the best memory anymore. I'm getting old. Get a nice little bit of a... It's not quite done on that side. Just going for a little bit of a nice little brown crust like you're seeing. Don't want to cook it too long because, like I said, the pork loin's already been well cooked. I think I pressure cooked, you know, like a roast, the pork loin, and then cut it into, or pulled it, and then freeze dried it. That way it lasts forever. So you notice the jar that I took this out of was sealed up back in early November, shelf stable. So that's pretty awesome having food stored for this length of time and still be good. This is looking pretty nice. Now, what does it taste like? I don't know. But I bet we're going to find out here in a few minutes. I like watching food sizzle. That piece is definitely done. So there's a nice little crispy crust on all of this. Definitely done. A little bit done. It'll still taste good, I'm sure, if it's not, as long as it's not black. I don't like to fry my stuff too much. Oh, yeah, that's looking really good. Alright. Now, I'm gonna move the grease out of the way. I'm also going to make me some mashed potatoes. There's my butter and water. And I like to use I prefer real potatoes, you know, baked potato as often as possible, but when I don't feel like firing up the grill or the stove or whatever, I like using these the breaded, or not the breaded, the powdered instant mashed potatoes. But I like getting those ones. This is the loaded baked by Idahoan. These are really good. Sure, if I can. Yeah. Loaded baked, and they've got they got a lot of spices and flavor to them. They're really good. So, give me 1 second. Be right back. Okay, while we're waiting for the potato stuff to heat up in the water, I'm gonna try some of this chicken. And if you notice, I like a lot bit of salt. More than I should be eating. Probably not gonna live very long, but whatever. I'm enjoying life. But that looks freaking good. Let's give it a try. That was actually pretty good. That was very good, actually. I mean, that was really good. I should do this more often. Oops. Yep. And the meat's still tender. It's good. Yeah. That's incredibly good, guys. You should try that if, like I said, this is probably something common, but I've never done cornbread or cornmeal and cornstarch before as a breading, and that is really freaking good. Oh yeah. So anyway, whole beans, thanks for watching this very long video and watching me fry food. But who doesn't like watching food fry? See you guys. Oh yeah, forgot about my potatoes. There's some dry potato mix in with the water. Oops. This is kind of hard to do when you're not watching the spoon. I'm watching it through the video, and it's not quite the same. I try not to get my potato mix too thick. I mean, that's still way too creamy. I'm gonna have to pour it out since I use my spoon. That'll be good enough right there. That's looking pretty good. Maybe a little bit more. Still just a little bit wet. Just a touch. That should do it right there. Yeah, now we're talking. It's runny but thick. That's what I like. Yeah. Alright, and the completed meal. So you know all the breaded pork loin that I did. Here's some of the instant loaded mashed potatoes with pepper and salt and some shredded cheddar cheese on top. And then a nice thick toasted piece of my handmade bread that I made the other day. Very, very good. Thanks for watching, guys. This is going to be yummy. If it's still hot. See ya.